Welcome to episode 29 of DeFonce Talks Metal. I have Johnny Crowder, who is the vocalist of Prison and the owner of Cope Notes, with me today. Johnny, how are you? How you been?
I am relieved that your dog has a comfortable place to sit on that
and her
couch.
and her favorite soccer ball, the Bucky's one. She tears through them. I can't even give her to soccer balls anymore because she just literally punctures them like right away. She goes ape shit, man. It's hilarious.
My sister just got a dog, and all this thing will do. Her name is Pepperoni Pizza, by the way.
Okay, that's incredible. Oh wow,
And
Philip.
she will burrow in the back of the couch cushions and start barking at herself. Like, I don't know what
What?
the couch is, but it's definitely like a nemesis of hers.
Wow. That's
I will-
fucking
I will-
hilarious.
When I go to human heaven and dog heaven happens to be next door, I'll walk on over and ask her what the heck
Oh. So what were you doing? The one thing I wish is for one day, just one day, for like 10 minutes, dogs can talk. Just give me like 10 minutes so we can just find out what they're really thinking.
Half of me thinks it would be super profound, like world-changing stuff. Like, what if we organize society in this way? And half of me thinks it would just be like licking my nuts, licking my nuts.
It would totally be that. Literally. So anyway, what have you been up to this year during the whole pandemic? This is all new for everybody. This is something that I guess we never thought would ever happen, right? And here we are now. It seems like you've been staying busy, which is awesome. Cope Notes has taken off, which is great.
Yeah, when you run a business, you never run out of stuff to do.
That's true.
That's never an issue. The issue becomes, am I doing too much of this one thing that it's becoming unhealthy? So
Okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to, I think, normally when we're touring, I'm on tour half the year and then I'm running Cope Notes full-time half the year. So it feels nice and balanced.
Yeah.
But without being on tour, I am running Cope Notes like 24/7 day and night. And it creates, you can get just as burnt out running a business as you can on tour. So I'm trying to be a little more conscious of doing stuff that's just for fun. Like tomorrow morning, I'm going to DuPont Registry, which is like a super legit car show where they have like crazy highline, like multi-million-dollar cars like Bugatti and Pagani.
I've been seeing you like post about cars recently.
It's like my escape.
Is it? That's cool, man.
Pay attention to that doesn't have to do with work or saving the world. And hold on, look at this.
Yeah. So what do you got?
I have. I always tell people I have. When people say, "What do you have?" I say I have actually a small fleet. So I have a couple.
Oh, dude.
In my collection.
I used to collect model cars when I was younger. So, holy shit, dude! Did they come already built? Or are there ones you can buy that you can build? I am assuming,
this
right?
one I had to build. They're all gifts from my sister, actually.
Oh, awesome!
So this one I built. The rest of them came pre-built. I have a McLaren P1 over there.
Oh wow!
Ferrari 458, and then this is a Lamborghini Aventador.
That's awesome.
But, dude, what people don't understand is, like, I bet half the music industry had to figure out what they liked this year.
For sure.
Let's only think as far as like, well, I like music and that's enough.
Yeah.
Without music, we have to be like, oh crap, what are my other interests?
What else do I like? Like, do I have a hobby?
I have a personality?
Or even that, because you're so sucked into your job or your band or what, you know what I'm saying? You're just so full in it because it never stops, right? You're just like constantly going, all right, we got to write a record. Or if you're an agent, you're a manager or whatever, you're like booking tours, it's just like not nonstop until Christmas.
No lie. Even this year. So Cooper and I have been writing a ton this year.
Yeah.
And the music that's written sounds nothing like anything we've ever released.
Really?
And it makes me realize we were only trying to write like part 2 of whatever we just wrote until this.
I got you.
Whenever we write a record, we're like, what's the follow-up to that? What's the follow-up to that? We're thinking very linearly.
Yeah.
But this year, because we were like pulled out of the music world and we were left to our own devices, we were able to write music that we wanted to write, like kind of in a, and it brought out such a different sound.
That's amazing. Does Austin write most of it? Like, do you guys all have some sort of say in like the music? Like, do you guys put your like your 2 cents in?
So Cooper and I split the music 50-50.
Oh.
Because I play guitar, just not nearly as well as he does.
All right. Yeah, I had no idea you play guitar. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I have a bunch of guitars up here and over here that you guys can't see.
What? I did not know this about you.
For 20 years, since I was 8 years old.
Get out. Really?
Oh, yeah. I do mostly like fingerstyle, acoustic, like folk, classical kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
But I have a couple electric guitars here, and I write most of the riffs that I write, though, like probably any prison riff that like gets stuck in your head is something that I wrote like this. I'll pick up my phone and I'll be like in the shower or pooping or something, and I'll be like, ooh, bound a gown, a bound a
and you send it to Austin.
Yeah, bound out and his house, and we will actually work through it. And I'm not even joking. I'm watching him play guitar and I'm like, move your finger here, and I physically move the finger to try to communicate. He's like a wizard. Without him, there's no way any of my ideas would come to life.
Yeah, he is, man. Austin, I remember I met him when he was 15.
Yep.
Had to be. I had to be 15. I was working at Media Scare or whatever. And then, yeah, like that was like that time. I was at Media Scare for like 2 years, and then I quit. But yeah, I mean, I remember, who was it? It was the guitarist from 100th that found Adalia, that discovered them, right? I think they played together or something in Florida. And then he was like, yo, this band Adalia. And I remember hearing the EP and just being like, oh, dude, this is really good. It was like, that was like the one band I was like, man, I wish they would just, even as I got older, I was like, man, the one, everyone says it too. It's like one of the underrated bands, you know? But dude, Austin's a genius, bro. Period.
And I can't even take credit for half of the music that Prison has written, because my ideas can start out pretty elementary. Like I'll have half or 3/4 of a riff finished out in my head, and then when he actually tracks it, he puts that Cooper stink on it.
Yeah, he does,
way
man.
Better than I could have done.
Yeah, no, he's great, dude. The band is awesome. I mean, like when I heard the band come together, I was like, that's a fucking lineup right there. There it is. And then when I saw, I remember the last time I saw you guys, it was that Slaughter to Prevail tour with Body Snatcher? Yeah, in Austin. And I was just blown away. I was like really just blown away how good the band sounds, for one, and how tight the band is, but also like your stage presence and how you interact with the crowd. And you're very, very vocal. You're very in everyone's face, and just like, but getting everyone going, you know what I'm saying? And just bringing like a really good vibe to the room. And it just I couldn't like stop smiling, because I was just like, this is great. This is so, it is fantastic.
I never really got to fully do that in Dark Sermon. I was too busy trying to be tough, and
yeah, that was a completely different band.
It's like with Prison, I'm smiling on stage the whole time, like dancing.
You are, yeah. I know.
It's way more fun that way.
It feels good. It was like definitely a great show, and I just was like, yeah, this band is fucking great. There it is.
I appreciate it, bro.
But the new song was great too. So like your newer stuff that you're writing is even different from that? Just like completely different, or not completely? Much different.
Dude, the song that just came out was kind of an outlier. We didn't know where to put it, because it sounded so different from Still Live, but it sounds so different from the stuff that we're gonna release.
Yeah.
That's what makes it perfect for like an in-between release single thing.
It was a good idea then. Yeah.
Turns out people liked it way more than we thought. We thought it was going to be like 50-50 people crapping on it, but
really,
in 1 month, that song, I know streams aren't everything, but in 1 month,
but it shows you
on Spotify than You and Me and the Devil had in a year.
What?
I don't know. People just seem to really dig it.
Yeah, so I listened to it again today, and I was like, this is really fucking good. And then I jammed the record again. So I haven't listened to it in a few months, and I was like, yeah. But the new, yeah, no, I loved it. But that's crazy. So definitely, damn, you guys thought it was gonna be 50-50. When I first heard it, I was like, this is a good prison song. They wrote a good song. This is good. I like this.
That's so awesome. I think the other guys were a little more confident than I was with the song because I can overanalyze. I like ask Cooper. I will analyze something to death, and I think both Cooper and Truck are really good about being like, just drop it and don't worry about it. People will like what you like.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's great. I'm glad. Who was behind starting Prison? I never asked any. I never even asked Austin or Truck or even you. I don't even know like who was like the, I guess, the brains behind starting this band.
So the real story is I've asked Cooper to be in like 100 different types of bands with me. And no, 99 times. This is the one time he said yes. And originally this was like back in 2014. Adalia was touring full time and signed. Dark Sermon was signed and touring full time. So we couldn't really do another band.
Yeah, no time.
But I talked to Cooper and I was like, man, I want to write music that's different from what Dark Sermon could get away with writing. And he was like, well, I want to do that, but that's different enough from what Adalia is writing.
Yeah.
So just met up and tracked a couple songs to see. It was this song called Dead Meat that's on NGRI. And then a song called Allegiance to Pain, which we actually pulled offline for reasons that we might talk about on this call or might not.
Yeah.
And we just put them out online with we didn't have a Facebook, we didn't have members listed or anything. We just put them out on Bandcamp, no Spotify or Apple Music or anything.
I do remember that actually.
And those songs got like tens of thousands of plays from people sharing them just in a very short period of time. And we were like, well, that's pretty cool, and we'll write some more music, but we never planned on taking it full time until Dark Sermon kind of petered out. Basically, when we fulfilled our contract with E1, half the members were like, I want to have a girlfriend and an apartment and a life.
Yeah.
So
they were just not about it anymore.
And then at the same time, that happened with Dark Sermon. Then at the same time, a similar thing was happening with Adalia. So Cooper and I met up and we were like, do we actually want to try to do this? Because if we don't do this, we won't be able to do music anymore. So it was kind of like, a lot of people think we left Adalia in Prison to start, or Adalia and Dark Sermon to start Prison. But
but it wasn't that way.
We went to Prison because our current bands broke up, but we still wanted to do music.
Yeah. That's rad. That is really rad, actually. Yeah, I was like upset when like Adalia, even Dark Sermon, I loved the last Dark Sermon record and the last Adalia record too. And I was just like, I mean, I was definitely more attached to Adalia. I love that. I love like that style, like metalcore. A lot of people, I mean, look at the shirt, right? Metalcore Nerds. Sean Mott, Metalcore Nerds. Check out Metalcore Nerds podcast. That's what I like really grew up on, metalcore. So I guess it's like my number one love music. But I guess, how was like, I don't know, like the transition from going from a band like Dark Sermon to a band like Prison? So a lot has changed with you over the years, obviously for the better, and I could tell the difference, and it's great. Definitely. But how was that transition? Was it like a weird thing for you, or I don't know how to ask this question? But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's if anyone has seen Dark Sermon and Prison, there were so many people who saw Prison live and didn't know that I was the guy from Dark Sermon.
Yeah, you did have long hair and stuff too.
That different. Like I lost
but
weight,
you lost
cut my hair.
Your vocals are different too, obviously.
Yeah, my demeanor was completely different, and I think the biggest thing that changed in Dark Sermon, I really wanted to be like accepted. I wanted Dark Sermon to be part of like that top tier of like heavy bands where you're kind of invited to the cool kids table.
I get what you're saying.
And with prison, I kind of went into it thinking like, well, I tried that and it didn't work. So let's just do what we've always wanted to do in music
Yeah.
without worrying about who we're impressing and who we're not. And as a result, we have way more fun with it. So in Dark Sermon, I would feel nervous before I would feel like nervous before a show, or I would feel apprehensive, or I would need to calm myself down. But in prison, I'm like, let me out there. That's my on stage. So
big
my whole
difference.
Approach has changed for sure.
Yeah.
It's just the pressure is gone, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you could tell when you're on. I mean, you could tell that you're stoked to be on stage during prison. I mean, it's real obvious. I mean, the whole band though too. Like not just yourself, but like the other guys are fucking about it. You know what I'm saying?
I remember.
What's that?
There was this post that I made of a photo. It was a photo from one of our very first tours, like our second or third tour.
Yeah.
In prison. And it was me jumping at the same time as Cooper. We were both like in the air with our legs up.
Yeah.
I remember the caption distinctly. It said, "Your band may be bigger than mine, but I'm having more fun than you."
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
When I saw that photo, that's what I realized. Like, wow, my old band, all I wanted to do was to fit in. And now with prison, all I want to do is like have fun and have people leave the show feeling better than when they came.
Yeah. I definitely did. It definitely put me in a great mood. I was even like telling, like, you know, before we started doing this stream right now, we were talking about Joe from Fit for an Autopsy. You know how he streams? Like, I was even telling him during that stream, I was like laying in bed. I was just like not in a good mood that day, feeling down. And then he started streaming, and I started watching his stream, and he was doing like a vocal stream. Like he was covering songs. He like covered Backstreet Boys. He's such a good vocalist, that dude. And it just like put me in such a great mood. And I'm like, that was amazing. That's just like how I felt when I saw you guys at that show. Even Body Snatcher, because I've been friends with, whenever I see Chris and stuff, I'm like always so happy because I go way back with Chris, you know, and I go way back with Austin, and even, you know, Truck I've known for a while as well.
Yeah.
And you, I mean, I guess I know you a bit better now in this band. I didn't really know you too well. I don't know. Did I? I saw Dark Sermon, I think, once.
Dude, I wasn't even...
I don't think we really knew each other then.
I wasn't even really open to meeting people. Like, I mean, maybe towards the end of Dark Sermon, I was kind of opening up, but you got to realize active suicide attempts, disordered eating, self-harm, schizophrenia, bipolar, OCD, PTSD, you pile all of that onto an individual.
It's a lot, man.
And then they go out into the world and have to meet hundreds of people every day and touch money and skip meals and sleep in a van. Like, I was a curmudgeon.
Yeah.
And I feel so relieved that now when I go to a concert, I can meet people and connect with them instead of being like mentally shut off and like a criminal introvert.
Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, it's great to see how you've overcome all that and you're doing so great now. I mean,
difference.
When did Cope Notes officially start? Is it like a couple years old now?
Yeah, we're almost to 3 years.
Okay,
old.
So that was close.
People who saw us on Suicide Silence, people who saw Prison on that tour, will probably know we had these little cards on the table for something called Not a Therapist, which was like the beta version of Cope Notes.
I remember seeing this. Yes.
I was trying to get a peer support tool off the ground, didn't really know how to build tech. And eventually I had to replace it with Cope Notes, obviously. But Cope Notes, we sent our first text March 1st of 2018.
Oh, wow.
And I remember thinking, oh crap, I have to kill Not a Therapist because it won't grow. Like, once we got to 60 people using it, which is not very many, but it just broke. Like, I needed to make something that could scale.
Yeah. I think Cope Notes is definitely better. It's a better name. It works better. Like, people might get thrown off by something called Not a Therapist, you know?
Yeah.
Was that your thing too?
Important rookie mistakes with Not a Therapist. For sure.
I mean, it happens. It's your first time. You've never done this before.
Yep.
This is completely new.
Someone in the chat Peppermint Poot. What a name.
Yeah, cool.
If you want to just go to copenotes.com, for some reason it's not letting me type in the chat.
Oh, you might. Yeah, I can throw it in there.
But yeah, just copenotes.com, and that will have some information on it. Hopefully we can talk about it in the episode, but I don't want to make it a sales pitch, you know?
I mean, you can talk. I'm down to totally talk about it a little bit. I definitely want it. We'll go back to it.
Gradual order of things.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So when it comes to writing, let's see, writing lyrics in the band, is that all you? Are you the lyrics, or do the other guys have any kind of input sometimes?
I write all the lyrics, but it is common for me to bring multiple versions of a few lines of the song to the guys to see, do you prefer this vocal pattern to that, or do you prefer this thematically to that? So like 90% of the song or more, I'll come into the studio having rehearsed it a ton by myself.
Yeah.
And really gotten a cadence of like where I should breathe and how to inflect certain words.
Okay.
But I will pretty much every song I'll come in with a few alternate lines and bring it to Cooper and say like, which do you think fits better? Or we might even record both and then listen to both back to back in context to decide.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. And it's great having Austin having a studio.
Yes. And also what I love, I don't want this to become just an hour of me talking about how talented he is, but
we'll make that another episode.
Yeah. He is great at is hearing whether he has a great ear, and I'll track something and he'll say, do it again. And I'll say, okay. I don't go back. I don't try to challenge him. He's so good at knowing whether I am doing my best or whether I could be doing better. And I've learned over time to not try to kick back and be like, no, I think. It's like, dude, shut up.
Yeah. No, that take was good. Move on.
Yeah.
You just go do it. You're just like, okay.
Yep.
No, it's great. You guys obviously have like extremely, really good chemistry.
Just trust him, man.
You trust.
You have to trust your producer.
Oh, for sure. And he's literally one of the best, in my opinion, up and coming producers.
Mm-hmm.
He is. He's killing it. I gotta catch up with Austin. I miss him. Last time I saw him was the Adalia farewell show.
That was the coolest thing.
Oh, man. I wish I could go back to that day and night. I think about it a lot. What was that?
I was like sitting next to his parents.
Were you? In the balcony?
A mess.
Yeah, dude, it was just so... And then when it was over, I was like, no, man, play again. keep it going. Can we do this tomorrow? It was wild. It was that was a very heavy month for me because I don't work with Unique Leader anymore, but at the time I was, and the owner of Unique Leader passed away.
Man.
And so I went from, I was already at a trip booked out to California for Decibel Metal and Beer Fest. I had this band Wolf King playing it, so I already had that trip booked to go out there to see them, see the fest, meet people, blah blah blah. Then right after that, fly straight to Florida, stay with JB, see everybody, go to the Adalia show, all of that, and then fly straight from Florida to New York, where I'm from, obviously see family for Christmas, and then also play a show like 3 days before Christmas for my best friend's memorial show. He passed away.
Holy cow.
Yeah, he overdosed. It sucked. So it was just like, so I went to Florida, hold on. I went to Decibel Metal and Beer Fest, flew to Florida, Naples, go to Eric's funeral, go to a Dahlia show, go to New York, practice for the show. I haven't played these songs in like 10 years. And then play that show. And then obviously Christmas, and then fly back to Texas. I was going for like a month. It was just so many different things, like so many different like ups and downs, of like feeling like very happy about things, then going to obviously Eric's funeral, then seeing, you know, Adalia's last show, like these dudes that I really do love. I always believed in Adalia, and Eric being someone I really looked up to, and then playing my friend's memorial show, which was amazing. It was a great show because there was so many people there that I haven't seen in so long. It was wild. It was just like the biggest reunion of everyone in the scene that we all grew up together, that we haven't seen each other in like 10 something years. So it was just like insane, right? And it was just,
it was super emotional to even just to see all of those people, because you associate memories with those people.
Oh yeah, you start thinking about all of them. You're like, oh my God, remember this? Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when we did that? Remember that show? You know, it's like, oh my God, it was so much. So it was, it was crazy. But yeah, that Dahlia show, man, that was something. That was, it was just a wild day. I was looking at pictures the other day, like last week from it. I was looking at all these like pictures and videos that I took, and it was awesome.
Heck yeah.
I hope one day they do another one.
I don't know what the rules are on that.
What is it, like 5 years or something? Do it in like 2 years, guys. So what was Prison's first tour? Was it Suicide Silence?
Yeah. So
right.
Which seemed crazy because it was bigger than any tour that Dark Sermon ever did.
Yeah, that was the 10 year. What was it? 10 year of cleansing.
Yeah.
Right. 10. Okay.
Really, our attitude towards touring again was like, you know, all of us had been in bands before. All of us had, you know, done the local band thing, grinded, done like
big time. Yeah.
On labels and agents, playing these beat shows for years. Like, I mean,
I know.
We had probably played, you know, 500, 600, 800 shows at that point in our career.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, if we are to do another band for real, we are not doing the local band thing. So if we don't come out swinging, we're not doing it because it's been too hard.
Yeah, and can't do this grind again. I get it too. People will disagree with that, but I get it. I totally get it.
Dude, we were so tired. And Suicide Silence really threw us a bone.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, it's incredible first tour. I've actually officially met, not in person, but me and Eddie, the singer, have been like hanging, like he streams now too. He's been streaming for like a couple months. I think it's been 2-3 months. So we like met through through Twitch, and then we started playing Call of Duty together and Rogue Company and stuff. And so like we've like connected. I had him on here like a few weeks ago for an episode. It was great. We had a blast. He's a great guy, dude. It's like, you know, but that being a first tour, man, that's a hell of a tour.
Dude, what I told him on that tour was the story of when I broke my elbow. I was 16. I had just gotten my driver's license.
Okay, yeah.
And anyone who knows me knows I'm like pretty much a goody two-shoes. Like, I don't lie, I don't cheat, I don't steal. I do my very best to like have the utmost integrity in everything I do.
Yeah.
But when I was 16, I lied to my parents and I told them that I was going to a study group, and instead I went to see All Shall Perish. I think it was Thrash and Burn.
Thrash and Burn, probably. Yeah, dude. What a tour.
And I broke my elbow. So I like, they carried me to the edge of the crowd, and then there was no one behind them, and they just like tossed me. And I broke my elbow, and I went up to Eddie at the merch table and I said, "Hey, I broke my elbow during your set." And he's like, "Okay." I had no idea what to say, and then 10 years later, I get to tour with him.
It's wild. Yeah, he's a great guy. Those are good dudes. That would be cool to see them play that record front to back every night. I would watch that every night,
dude. And I have to say, I've toured with, you know, maybe 30 different headliners over the years.
Oh yeah.
They stand out as maybe the most kind and welcoming and accommodating and friendly headliners we've ever toured with.
Yeah, I've always heard that about them.
How respectful they were.
Yeah, they're very pro. You could tell even when I talked to Eddie and stuff, and like even doing that episode with him, it was just like he's such. I don't really know the other guys in the band. Like, I've been, you know, getting to know Eddie, and it's just like even just like watching his streams or we're playing games together, he just makes me laugh the whole fucking time. He's
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When we first heard about the tour and we looked up videos and they were smashing guitars and drums. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I hope to God they're not like too cool for school rock stars. From day one, they were like the nicest band we've ever toured with, and I was like, holy crap!
Yeah.
I just need to put my judgment aside. I totally prejudged them, and I shouldn't have, because I've always loved Suicide.
Oh yeah, same here. From the get-go, dude. From their first demo, I remember hearing when I lived in California. I was like, what? Yeah, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Just being like, what? I really like it, but I've never heard anything really like this. Yeah. But oh yeah, no, that's an incredible. I mean, for a first, I remember seeing you guys get announced on that tour, and I was like, holy shit! I'm like, this is bigger than any tour Dark Sermon has done and Adalia. I'm like, these guys are probably like shitting their pants when they got that offer.
We honestly didn't even know that it was going to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
And when we confirmed the tour, we were like, one of, let's see,
5, right?
Yeah, one of 5.
Oh, yeah, it's right there. I forgot what this.
Play at like 6 p.m. every day, so we're like, oh, we don't know if it's even going to be,
if there's going to be people there right away. Yeah.
And bro, within the first week of the tour, we're like, this is literally the best tour we've ever done in our entire life.
That's amazing.
It was our first tour, and kids knew the lyrics. Were like piling up and singing our music on the other side of the country. I mean, our minds were blown.
That's incredible. Oh, that's awesome. Philip's a great dude, and see him in chat. He said, I just wanted to say I love the Cope Notes podcast, and your band Prison helped me through a lot of rough times. That is what's up.
Love you, Philip.
Philip's the man. A lot of good people in here. Benny, everyone. So, what else do I have here? Let's talk about, are there any newer bands out today that you enjoy a lot?
Dude, I'm glad you asked.
I always like asking this question. I try to remember to ask it. So I always have to write it down. Because I always like finding out like what everyone's listening to. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, I never heard of that band.
So let's see.
What the heck?
I just found that band Loser.
Oh, dude. Yes.
And honestly, when I first heard Loser, I was like, give me a break. This is totally not my thing. Like I got to tell you, dude, after being in music for 10, 15 years, you really start to get jaded.
You do, man. Yeah.
And my attitude when I first heard Loser was like, this is just like everything else. And then I re-stumbled upon them and I freaking love it.
Yes. Dude, bands are great.
I'm trying to, the 156 Silence Band.
Great band from Pittsburgh.
I really like.
Yep. They just signed a Sharp Tone.
I've been
what else have I been
listening to Codeine King.
Codeine King. Why does that sound familiar?
It's a great name.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? I've been listening to a lot of smaller bands lately.
Oh,
freaking Unity TX.
Oh yeah, dude. So yes. What's this Codeine King band like?
They're kind of in the same vein. They're like, and Deity. I think they're from Texas too.
Which band? Deity?
Deity?
How do you spell it?
Deity.
Oh, are they from Texas? This kind of looks familiar.
And then also, Rex is cool. Codeine King, and they're related. X King X, like all these.
Oh yeah.
Like, heavy bands that sort of everyone slept on, but are actually really sick.
Yeah, a lot of people just like kind of skipped past.
I've been getting to Extortionist lately, super late past too.
Yeah, dude, their latest record is great. That band.
Thanks.
It's really good. You like listen to like their old record and then you throw that one on. It is so much better.
Oh, last one, because I could go on forever. There's a band called Zero.
Zero. Oh, you know who Zero is? You know who's Ben?
Gym music.
Oh, dude, Ben, the singer from Extortionist, is the singer of Zero.
What?
Yeah, same guy.
No wonder I like them. Dude, That Ben guy has an amazing voice.
Yeah, he has like a I don't know, a rap R&B type project called Hydro Gloom. Do you know what I'm talking? Have you checked it out?
I think Truck told me about that.
Yeah, Hydro. Is it Gloom? Hold on. Why do I? That's weird. I feel like that's what it is. Hold on. Hydro. Chat, am I talking about, you guys know I'm talking about Hydro Gloom? Is it Gloom? Let me go to Ben's Facebook.
That sounds really familiar.
Ben's a great, he's talented, and he's still young. He's like 21. Hylo Gloom. Hylo. Hylo space Gloom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he does that. He's extremely talented, dude. I've like watched videos of him and his mom will play drums and he'll play guitar and he'll sing.
His mom?
Yes.
That's beast.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing a video of that and I was just like smiling the whole time because I was like, this is incredible. What?
Ultimately, I listen to mostly really big bands like Seether and 3 Days Grace and
Dude, I haven't listened to Seether in a minute.
And stuff. But, I also love the really small heavy bands that for some reason no one picked up on, and I'm like at the
There's
gym,
a lot of them
jamming my brain,
jamming them, right? There's a lot of them that people have literally just skipped past because I don't know if it's like, oh, they just never like people gave them the time of day, or just like it's not the cool band. You know what I'm saying,
bro? It is ruthless. Like
it really is, man.
One thing that makes me sad about the modern music industry, and maybe it was like this before, but I wasn't a part of it, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
In the last 15 years, I've unfortunately learned that being good almost doesn't even earn you anything.
It really doesn't. It's
not
like
even merit based.
I feel like you have to have like some cool names, some cool merch. You got to like fit in with, you got to like rip off merch from bands that are like cool and hip. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, then you'll get like recognized. It doesn't matter that your music's like really fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's just really upsetting.
Bro, it seems to me like when I was growing up, all that mattered is, would you listen to a song 1,000 times in a row?
Exactly.
And now it seems like, well, is the visual cool and do the members look like they're supposed to? And a lot of it, I don't mean to crap on visual art. I think it's important, but
it is, yeah.
I feel like we have strayed away from the core of music, which is this a good song? I feel like not enough bands or labels ask themselves that question.
Yeah, no, you're right. And even like if it's good music, then just like it and go, I don't know, give it the time of day. Some people will not give a band the time of day because their art sucks, which I've been guilty of too, which I've seen bands, seen like lame art. I'm like, I don't like it. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Or like the band name is kind of like, I don't like the name. But then sometimes I'm like, let me just listen to it, right? And then I'm like, oh, wow, this is really good.
You get schooled.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, this is real good. And it's like, then you start telling your friends, like, I'll start telling my friends about these bands. And I'm like, oh, that name is so whack, or like that artwork is so lame. And I'm like, just listen to it. And then they're like, holy shit, this is really good. I'm like, some bands, may just need some help with their art direction. You know what I'm saying? Some bands maybe didn't have the money to like get something good made. It happens. Yeah. And I've always liked helping bands in that aspect. Like, hey, listen, these are my ideas. You can take them, you can leave them, do whatever you want with them. This is how I feel. And sometimes bands are like, you're right, that's a good idea. And then they execute it and it's like, great. But yeah, there's a lot of bands that get swept under the rug because art sucks, name sucks, or whatever the case may be. And it's not the cool thing. People don't give it the time of day.
Oh, I see a question in the chat.
Oh, shit. Oh, Philip, you're going wild.
Did Johnny make Coke notes? Yes.
Yes. Well, that was your whole idea, right? That this is the company strictly you? Do you have like an assistant or anything that helps out?
Oh yeah, we have a team. Like I have it. So what Austin or Cooper is to me in prison, Matt, our chief technology officer, is to me in Coke notes. Like I could not do what I do without Matt making sure that we have a system that is like privacy compliant and secure and
all that stuff, right?
Yeah, he definitely has helped make sure that nothing explodes in the middle of the night, and then we contract out a lot of work.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah,
that's awesome. What's going on, Nick? Damn, Philip with these subs today. You're a great guy. Thank you so much, Philip. He's a sweetheart. Oh, man. So tell us more about Cope Notes. Let's tell the people about Cope Notes. Let's go into it.
Yeah. So if you are watching this and curious, you can go to copenotes.com and school yourself. If you do want to hear a little, oh my word, big buddy Nick just
put you know Nick?
Ear task for life in reference to a sinking ship. This fool.
Oh, man.
He's on my Wikipedia right now.
He's on my He knows you. Wait, do you know who Nick is?
No, I don't think so. But maybe I do. That's awesome. Thank you so much for even caring about what teenage Johnny wanted to write about.
He is in the Tampa scene. What's your band again, Nick? I can't remember band names sometimes. TWBR.
There will be roofing supplies.
From the Embrace currently. What was
okay.
This will be remembered. What is that? Is that Nick's old band?
I don't know.
Oh, is he referring to? I don't know either.
So enigmatic.
Roofer's got a roof.
Preach.
I'm just curious, are you still straight edge, and why have you became straight? Why did you become straight edge?
Yeah, I am still clean and sober, have been my whole life.
Oh, you have been your whole life?
Oh yeah, I've never tried drugs, alcohol, or anything before, and it's the short version is drugs and alcohol. If you could see what they did to my family, I mean, I think that anyone who watches drugs and alcohol affects someone they love up close.
Yeah,
it's not like I'm some genius, noble, like a lot of people are like, wow, you must have crazy willpower. And it's like, no, all that happened was that if you saw someone fall off a cliff, you wouldn't get on the cliff. And I just happened to see people fall off the proverbial cliff. So I've been sober my whole life, and I don't expect that to ever change. I also think that when you're living with mental health diagnoses, you have more of a reason to not partake in drugs and alcohol, because your whole goal is to regain control of your mental and emotional health, and drugs and alcohol don't really help you achieve that goal.
That's true. No, that's great. I didn't know about that about you. That's awesome. Dylan is on fire. Yo, my 7-year-old with autism loves Prison. His favorite song is Rape Me. I've actually talked to you guys about him before. I just accidentally came across his stream, and I'm hyped. Oh, that's fun. That is awesome, Dylan. If your name is Dylan, that's great. Nice to meet you. Thank you for finding the stream. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, you're 7-year. Wow. Is that your youngest fan?
You might. I'm not sure if I did this at the Texas show, but typically for the last song, we ask for who the youngest person in the crowd is, and we bring them up on stage and have them do their first stage dive.
Yeah.
So we've had like 5-year-olds do stage dives before.
5-year-olds?
We have everyone like chant their name, and it's this whole thing, and their parents.
Yeah.
It's like the most wholesome thing you've ever seen.
That is awesome. Are there any video? There has to be some videos.
Oh yeah,
online, right?
I can find some. It's like my favorite part of the whole show. Or if there's no real young kids there, we will say, like, raise your hand if you've never done a stage dive before, and like
perfect
your hands. And then we stop playing. We have everybody come up on stage.
Get out.
The first stage dive all at once when we start the last song.
Holy shit!
It's bananas.
That is so awesome. That's so rad. Love that. I got to bring my son to a show of yours in the next 5 years. He'll be 7 then. That's awesome. Do it. Thank you, Bass Boombox, for the bits.
Oh wait, we didn't even freaking. I didn't even explain what Cope Notes was.
Yeah. Let's go back to it. Happens.
But that's what happens when there's a good chat.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why with these episodes, it's like they can go everywhere, man. That's why a lot of people are like, well, what are we talking about exactly? I'm like, yo, we're just going to hang out. You know, I'm going to ask some stuff. You know, we're going to bring up, you know what I'm saying? And like chat will ask some things and we'll, you know, answer some questions. Maybe it'll be a question for me or the both of us. And we're just going to hang. That's all. That's all it is. It's this is different. I want to do this differently. But anyway, yes, let's go back to Cope Notes, please.
Okay. Cope Notes, like I was mentioning earlier, if you want the whole story, you can go to copenotes.com. Lots of info there. But essentially, you know how, or I don't know, you might not know, but if you've ever tried to utilize mental health services, you know that a lot of services only focus on crisis, and 99% of the time you're not in crisis. A lot of them are expensive, but you don't have the money to see a therapist once a week. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are really inconvenient. Like you don't know what your schedule is going to be like in a month. So it's hard to book an appointment. A lot of tools are, they'll like compromise your privacy. So they're like, if you download an app, that app creator has access to, in many cases, like what you say near your phone, what you Google, what you text people. Like there's a bunch of weird privacy crap. And I wanted to create something that could basically be one small thing a day that could help somebody grow in the right direction. So
and that's in the text, right?
Cope Notes uses daily text messages to help improve mental and emotional health over time for people with or without diagnoses.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely better because it's not an app.
Yeah, that's the hardest part to explain. It's literally just a text message.
You're just getting text.
You don't download anything. You don't make an account. There's no software updates, no passwords. It's just like you have a text thread with your friend or family member. Look at all these subs.
Dude, Philip's wild sometimes, bro.
No.
I've seen it. You're going wild, Philip. You didn't have to do that.
No.
Thank you so much, though. Choo choo.
Beast.
You're a beast, man. Awesome. Thank you so much.
That was wild.
Twitch is great, dude. You should get involved. I don't know. You should. We could talk about it someday.
That should be a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, man. It's like, it's kind of been like I don't know how to explain it. Like, kind of like it's been helping me for sure this year. Like, I've also gone back into video games and obviously and stuff, and you know, still working out and whatnot. But Twitch has been great. I mean, honestly, for my mental health, I met a lot of great people. I have a Discord server with a lot of cool ass people in there that we were always chatting and shit, you know, showing each other music or talking about life or whatever. And then streaming, doing these episodes, you know, this podcast, and then other streams, you know, just me playing video games or whatever, or just chatting with people, watching music videos or checking out, you know, people's music, you know what I'm saying? And whatnot. So it's fun. I mean, you can do anything you really want on Twitch for the most part, you know, as long as it's not bad or, you know, crap like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. When I have
time,
one day I'm sure I will sell Cope Notes to like some healthcare, like insurance company or something that can actually distribute this to a bajillion people.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't see myself being a healthcare executive. I'm like a founder. Like,
yeah.
Start a company, grow it to the point where we can hand it off to someone who, like, I don't want to have like 1,000 employees and wear a suit and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not you, right?
Someone else's job. I did want to invent something and hand it to that person. And after I do that, I would love to do something like this because this is a lot of fun.
It is, man. It's honestly great, and you meet a lot of cool people. Like I said, I've literally met me and my friends like Joel and a bunch of people have met a lot of cool people through literally just Twitch. Holy crap, Philip.
How is this? Well, don't spend the rest of the interview explaining to me how it works. I'm gonna have to Google this.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll talk. We could talk about it another time. Whenever you feel like, hey, Dan, you know, hit me up and be like, Dan, how does this thing work? What do I need to do it? And I will literally give you the rundown and even introduce you to a couple people that will be able to help out as well.
So sick.
It's not hard. It's really not hard. You just need some certain things.
I think also I'm seeing some people say, like, if Johnny makes a Twitch, there is something called the Cope Notes podcast. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but we have interviewed some people who have been on this podcast. We've interviewed some people, or this show, and we've also interviewed some people who haven't been on the show. Where is the podcast? Wherever you listen to podcasts.
It's everywhere.
Or you could go to copenotes.com/podcast. If you
okay. Let me throw that in here for everybody.
Okay.
copenotes.com/podcast.
Yeah. And then there's links to like Spotify and
oh, she's on the site right now. Awesome.
And all that stuff.
Yeah, I gotta listen to more podcasts. Sometimes I fall behind. Here, I just pulled it up on Spotify right now. Oh yeah, let me follow this real quick. There we go. I need to dive into that. I need to start listening to more podcasts.
We're taking a break from the podcast because
it's been too busy.
Well, yeah, like at the end of, so without getting too far into it,
you're good.
Has like government contracts, and we work with agencies like women's shelters, homeless shelters. We work with the foster youth. Like all of these underprivileged, underserved communities. And end of year is like when federal aid is expiring at the end of every fiscal year. So
yeah, I know.
Basically, the last 2 or 3 months of every year is like crunch time. So I'm putting the podcast on pause so we can round that out, and then I'll revisit it next year. But there's like 40 episodes up.
Dude, there's a lot. Do you do all of them?
I'm the host of all.
You're the host, right? Yeah.
The coolest interview that we did would probably be, we got to interview Brian from Korn, like Brian Head Welch.
Oh, wow. Did you?
His insight was wild.
Here it is. Yeah.
So cool.
From April.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I'm a huge Korn fan.
Me
and
too.
I always loved Brian. Like growing up.
Honestly, Korn was one of the first bands that actually like threw us a bone and gave us the time of day. Like
really?
Suicide Silence. They were the first ones to actually listen and be like, this is legit. Let me belong to some people.
That's crazy. That's great.
All I want to do is, you know how Riff Raff is like, all I want to do is blow up and act like I don't know nobody?
Yeah.
All I want to do is blow up and be the biggest band in the world, and then leverage that for the sake of all these little bands that we just talked about that like
exactly. Yes.
I want to get huge and then put all these bands on.
Yeah, just take them out with you. That's what I would love. Like that, more bigger. I've been saying it for so long. Like these bigger bands, like they all need to just be like, tell their fucking agents and managers, like, no, this is what we're doing. We're taking these guys out. This small band, we don't care. We don't care that you don't care. We care. Take these guys out. They're on the tour. Let's go.
At a certain point, like, think about Korn. Do they need a big opener?
No.
It's gonna draw 15,000 people either way.
Yeah, people are gonna see Korn on tour coming to your city August 17th. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like that band will forever sell tickets until they're done touring. Until they're done. Slipknot, same way. Doesn't matter who's below these bands. You could take out they do Slipknot and 3 local bands. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a band that's never played a show before. Ticket still sells. Doesn't matter, man. Yeah, Nikki's like, they don't. Nikki, wow, I called you Nikki. Holy crap. Sorry, Nick. Korn doesn't need any opener. No, they don't. But, hey, bring out these young guns.
Oh, dude, I just saw it's about to be 4:30, and I have a 4:30.
Yes, I know. I was going to. Yes, sorry. Yes. No, you're fine. Philip, thank you again for that. Everybody, listen. Check out Cope Notes, copenotes.com. Check out Prison, obviously. I'm sure you guys know who the heck Prison is. Go listen to their new single. Johnny, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for taking time out of your day to do this. I had a blast. I'm sure we'll do it again. We'll get you and Austin on. We'll get the whole band on here next time. How about that?
That would be
next
awesome.
year we'll do it.
And the last thing I want to say, this is just 23 people who are online. We haven't announced this to anybody yet.
What's up?
Prison has a new song coming out December 11th.
Oh, another. Nice.
Just for you guys. It's not on social media. We haven't told anybody about it yet. New song December 11th. If you don't, follow us on Spotify and socials so you are the first person to hear it.
Yes, awesome. December 11th. That's what's up. All right, Johnny. Everyone, we're going to go raid somebody. We're going to pretty much bring everybody from this stream to another. Johnny, I'll let you go so you can go do your meeting. Again, thank you so much. Have a good meeting and the rest of your day, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, my friends. Take care.
Later, bro.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Now, thank you so much for hanging out. Let me go to another screen. There we go. Hey, it's me. Awesome. Yo, yeah, Johnny's the fucking man. I wish he could have gone for longer, but he's meetings all day. He's a busy guy. And yo, Philip, you're a sweetheart. I hope we can meet one day. Is Young Gun streaming? Yo, I'm going to have Young Gun. He's going to do one of these episodes with me on, we haven't announced it yet, but since you brought up Young Gun, and we'll probably raid Young Gun, it's going to be on December 3rd around 6 p.m. Central Time. So it's not announced yet, but it will be in like a week or so. My next episode, before we raid, is with Riley, the singer from Allegiant, on November 24th at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. And then November 29th, it's not announced yet either, Tyler from Traders, Tyler Shelton. All you guys know who the fuck Tyler is. He's going to be on here, so that'll be announced very soon. Next week, actually. So anyway, let's go. Are we going to go raid Young Gun? I'm glad you all tuned in. And Philip, again, thank you for the subs, man. It means a lot. I hope a lot of those people that you gifted subs to, I noticed a lot of their names, so that's awesome as well. Peppermint, yeah, Legion rules, and Riley is the freaking man. So with that, yeah, like I said, let's go raid Young Gun. Let me start this thing up. Where is he? Young Gun. If you guys don't know who Young Gun is, he is a sweetheart. Riley is, and Young Gun is as well. If you don't know who Young Gun is, you're about to find out who he is right now. He is a great fucking guy. Yes, what Joel said. Thanks for tuning in. Shit, I already started. I already started it with Young Gun. Next week's I'll raid Bash. Anyway, thank you everybody. Like I said, Riley from Allegiant next week. Anyway, let's go raid the homie.
Party!